When Jordan defeated the Utah Jazz to win his 5th championship in 1997, Slam magazine asked him if his rivals feared or respected him more. The 10-time scoring champion said this: "Both, because along with fear comes respect. You can tell just by the way they play and the way they approach the game. A lot of times I can see it in their eyes." MJ also said that the last time he was intimidated himself was when he first saw Shaq. How big he is. I mean, that was a short intimidation factor, but I just couldn't fathom how big he was. It's kind of funny because Shaq also said that he was terrified of Jordan. He said this about his first game against MJ: "Since the statute of limitations is up, I was terrified out there, the whole game. For one, he's the greatest player. 2, I was worried about him dunking on me and having to go back and face the fellas. And then 3, he was just so hot. Like, the stuff that I saw when I was in college on TV, it's like really real. I was terrified." Isaiah Thomas, a Detroit Pistons legend, said in an interview, "We were just all scared of Jordan. I mean, yeah, when you show up against him, you know I get a little hot." In the Last Dance documentary, Charles Barkley said this about the 1993 finals against the Bulls: "We lost game 1 because we were just so nervous. But game 2 I played as well as I could have played. And Michael just outplayed me. That was probably the first time in my life when I felt there was a better basketball player in the world than me, to be honest with you." This is what Steve Nash said about playing against MJ. "The one thing I think that he was unlike any other player I've ever played against is that there was a real fear playing against him. I've never seen the league being kind of fearful of a player or have that much reverence for a player." Then he said, "There was just so much seriousness and competitiveness and fire in him, you know? There was a fear with how that is going to manifest itself." Steve Kerr had every reason to be terrified of Jordan. As the story goes, things got heated one time during practice, and Jordan punched him in the face. But before they even became teammates, Kerr was already terrified of MJ. Kerr got drafted in 1988 by the Phoenix Suns, and he was a late second-round pick. In his words, "I didn't know if I was gonna make the league. I was on a non-guaranteed contract. I was just trying to make the roster." Before the regular season started, he played in an exhibition game against the Bulls, and he recalls this story: "Michael Jordan gets the ball right in front of our bench. I'm already scared to death. Like, I hope I don't get into this game. I'm not ready for this stuff. He holds the ball out to me and goes, 'Watch this.' He turns, goes right around his defender, dunks it, looks right at our bench and just starts laughing. And I'm like, there is no way in hell I can ever make the league." Steve Kerr is not the only teammate who had a taste of MJ's fear. This is what Jude Buechler says about this: "People were afraid of him. We were his teammates who were afraid of him. I mean, there was just fear." Jason Kidd, now Dallas Mavericks coach, started his NBA career in 1994 and had his first encounter with Jordan in 1996. That's how he describes the event: "I'm guarding him, my heart is about to come out of my chest, and I'm just praying that he just shoots a fadeaway jump shot. But he decided to go baseline, and when he went to jump, I thought, this is gonna be a highlight. He just did the little reverse layup, and as he started coming back, he just looked back and winked at me." Reggie Miller only faced MJ once in a playoff series, which ended up in a 7-game epic battle. This is what he says about his rivalry with Jordan: "I knew that I had to bring it each and every single time I stepped on the court when I was going against Michael Jordan. When asked whether or not he talked trash to him, Reggie said, he might have been the one player I didn't talk to. He was the one player who could embarrass you. He'd come right back at you. I wanted what he had." In the 1995 NBA playoffs, at the end of MJ's comeback season, the Bulls were facing Charlotte Hornets in the first round. This is when Muggsy Bogues was guarded by Jordan, and this is what Johnny Back, the Bulls' assistant coach at that time, had to say about the encounter. On the biggest possession of the game, Muggsy had the ball with the Hornets down 1. Jordan backed off of him and told him, "Shoot it, you freaking midget." Muggsy shot it, didn't come close. A year later, Muggsy actually told Johnny Back that he believes That single play ruined his career. His shot never recovered. It's debatable, but many would say that the next season, Bogues' shooting ability started to decline. But do you know which player's shooting was always top-notch? Click here to see our top 10 NBA shooters of all time.